What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Mom and Papa Joe. Man, we are back from Jamaica about 10 days ago, and I'm so excited about what's on the menu in the next day or so. We're going to be doing an authentic jerk chicken. Learned so much about jerk while we're in Jamaica, brought back some jerk seasonings. I've been inspired to create my own wet jerk marinade. I will show you all that shortly. Let's get right into today's video. Authentic, grilled, smoked jerk chicken. So folks, after all these years, man, of using Walker's Wood wet jerk marinade, I'm finally gonna make my own. I've got 2 habanero peppers. I've got a couple of halves of some old, I had them frozen, Scotch bonnets. I can't get them on a regular basis, so when I get them, I freeze them. So I've got about 1.5 Scotch bonnets, 2 habaneros, a couple of 6-7 cloves of garlic, a piece of ginger, 2 bunches of fresh green onions, a bunch of thyme, 1 yellow and 1 white onion, cane sugar, black pepper, salt, cinnamon, browning, fresh allspice berries, some olive oil, and some white vinegar. First thing I want to do, I'm going to grind these 2 tablespoons of allspice berries. Just a coarse grind. Alright, so we've got fresh ground allspice berries. And chop up my ginger, green onions, white onion, thyme, Scotch bonnets. There's no seeds in the Scotch bonnets, but I'm going to leave the seeds in these habaneros. My garlic, 2 tablespoons of fresh pimento berries, aka allspice, cane sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I've got here 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of coarse pepper. I'm going to go with about half of that to start. This is 3 tablespoons of olive oil. This is 3 tablespoons of browning. I'm going to go with about 1/2 cup of white vinegar to start. I can add more if I need to. Let's see how this is going to work. That looks just like my Walker's Wood. And I see the nice big chunks. So I don't want it much finer than this. I don't want it to come to a puree. I'm going to call this good. Along with my jerk, man, I love a onion pepper sauce. And this is my take on a bit of the escovitch pepper sauce. But for me, it's a great part of jerk along with some potato salad. 1 white, 1 yellow onion, a couple of 20 or so pimento berries, thyme sprigs, the last of my Scotch bonnets, and 1 fresh habanero pepper, and 1 carrot. I'm gonna get these chopped up real quick. Come back with our white vinegar until filled, and just maybe a tablespoon of some pure cane sugar. So you just want to make sure that you've got a nice tight lid, and you're going to lock that down. So here we are, folks, an awesome jerk sauce, man. We're going to give this a 48 hours or so to set up. Same amount of time with our take on an escovitch sauce. These are going to be awesome. You just saw me make this awesome wet jerk marinade a few days ago, man. And don't get me wrong, you could use this immediately after making it, but I really wanted to give it at least 24 hours to set up. I'm going to spoon some out, that way I don't contaminate the whole batch. Here's the chicken, star of the show. I already washed, cleaned, trimmed, all that excess fat taken off. Folks, anything you don't want in your mouth after it's cooked, remove it during trimming. Everything on here is what I like, especially a little backbone. I like to gnaw on that. Well seasoned, gets crunchy. Oh yes. One of the things about jerk, folks, is it is not so concerned with appearances. Jerk is really looking to get this flavor deep into the meat, seasoned down to the bone. So I'm gonna score them all just like this. We're gonna come right back with our jerk seasoning. I'm telling you, this smells so pungent. Let's go in here. And now we want to rub this in. Get it down into those score marks that we just made. And man, we're gonna give this at least 24 hours to marinate. Folks, tell me that does not look awesome, man. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm gonna cover this with some saran wrap, and this will go back into the fridge for at a minimum of 24 hours. If you were pressed for time, folks, as little as 4 hours would help. But man, 24 hours is gonna really get it done. 36 hours later, it's showtime, folks. I've got here a cup of kidney beans, red beans, that I've soaked overnight. I'm gonna drop it into a pot of 3 cups of water, and I'm gonna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna come in here now with about a half of a small onion, couple of green onions, half of a Scotch bonnet, half of a habanero, no seeds, 5 or 6 pimento berries, half a teaspoon of ginger, and about 3 cloves of finely minced garlic, and then a couple of 3, 4, 5 thyme sprigs. Just a little salt and pepper to taste. My bad, folks. Thought the camera was on and it wasn't. I added 1 can of unsweetened coconut milk. I've turned my stove to a simmer, and we're gonna let this slowly cook for about 45 minutes to an hour. So we are right at 50 minutes. These beans are nice and tender, man. We're gonna come in here with 3 cups of our long grain rice. I've washed and drained the rice. We want to give this a nice stir. Make sure that the beans and the rice are equally distributed. We're gonna let this simmer for another 30 minutes or so until all of the liquid is absorbed. And from there, we're gonna turn the stove off and just sort of let this steam to a finish. Here's our chicken. It's been out the fridge for almost an hour or so coming to temperature. Meat side up, because that's the side I want to season first. This is one of the rubs, jerk rubs that I brought back from Jamaica. So chunky, man. It's got some intense aromas. If you remember correctly, when I was putting this jerk marinade together, I used minimal salt. So this is where the majority of our salt is going to come from. So I've got this jerk rub in this nondescript container, and I'm going to go quite liberally. I'm not going to be afraid, because like I just mentioned, I did not put a whole lot in the jerk marinade. And flip and do the same thing on the opposite side. That looks great. Something else I'm going to be trying, folks. I happened to run up on a bag of pimento twigs, leaves, and some berries inside. Unfortunately, it's not available commercially because I already went and looked for it, couldn't find it. But I'm going to be using this sparingly. The majority of the wood that I'm going to be burning today is going to be some apple wood chunks. Let's head outside and get this pit going. We are rocking some cowboy hardwood lump. We'll come back with our pouch with that pimento twigs and leaves and some berries, a little bit of apple. We're going to give this fire just another few minutes to calm down just a bit. All right, we have got some great smoke coming, man. I see smoke from my apple. I see smoke from my pouch. We're gonna go meat side down first, because this is when the fire is at its hottest. So we don't want to put that skin down there. This is the time that your meat is gonna take on smoke, folks, when it's nice and moist. As it begins to dry out, it takes on less smoke. So while this chicken is on, folks, we're gonna get a bit of a spritz going. I've got a non-disposable coffee filter here. I'm gonna come back with a good healthy tablespoon of my jerk seasoning, and then some red stripe beer. So all I'm doing is straining, because I'm gonna put it into a bottle, a spray bottle. I don't want to pour large quantities of liquid directly over my coals. A little more. This might be half a bottle. So this liquid is going to be in my spray bottle. So this is the straining from our spritz. We're going to add just a little more fresh. And now we're going to come back with a simple honey brown sugar glaze. No heat to this glaze. I don't have any measurement, folks. I'm just eyeballing. I would say probably close to a 1/4 cup. I'm thinning it out just a hair with some red stripe. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna come back here and warm this up just before putting it on our chicken. All right, we're at that first 15 minutes. What we're gonna be looking for here now, we're gonna be looking for hot spots. We're gonna flip over. All right, that looks good. All right, so we're a little warmer over there. All right, so areas that are warmer, we will switch up. So that's skin side down. We won't play around skin side down for no more than probably 5-7 minutes. We're at 7 minutes, and I hope that's not too long. That's with my hot spot. Oh, that's nice looking. Oh yeah, these are beautiful. So I'll come back here in about 5 minutes, check these. And we may start our beer and our marinade sprig. All right, I think it's time to move over to the cool side. Ooh, this is the hot one. Let's see. Oh yeah. And before I move them to the cool side, I'm gonna hit them with that beer and jerk marinade. Get some nice moisture on it. All right, this is going to help us not lose moisture from the chicken, as well as bring some additional flavor. Before I close, I'm gonna drop my sauce, that jerk sauce with that honey, brown sugar, just to warm up a little bit. All right, so we are going on 45 minutes. Oh. It's nice and hot. Oh, the smell, man. Look at that shine. Saw the moisture on that one. Let me go get my tray because these babies are coming off. Wow, beautiful. Folks, tell me those are not absolutely beautiful. Give me a few minutes, I'm gonna put a plate together. That is absolutely amazing, man. I'm telling you the smell. I'm gonna sit down and eat that. I've got a piece here, man, that we're gonna get into. And I'm talking about, look at how juicy this is. Oh my goodness. Nice amount of heat, complemented by the sweet. This is my best jerk yet. I don't know if it's the pimento berries I put in the fire. I don't know if it's my homemade marinade, but wow. Just as good as what I was getting in Jamaica. Well, sports fans, I'm here to tell you, that is absolutely legit. I'm so excited. I can't wait to sit down and eat, man. That entire cook took almost 55 minutes. Well worth the effort of making your own marinade. I will be doing that again. I want to thank you guys and gals for hanging out with Mama and Papa Joe one more time, man. Be on the lookout for another video coming soon. In the meantime, Mom and I want you guys to take care of yourselves. Look out for each other. One love, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla.